Today we're looking at self-disclosure in counselling. And self-disclosure simply means moments when a counsellor shares a small part of themselves with a client. This might be a feeling, a reaction in the room, or a brief comment that shows you're human. And this matters because counselling is built on trust. Clients open up more easily when they feel they're sitting with a real person, not someone hidden behind a wall. Learning how to use self-disclosure well helps you to build stronger relationships. And strong relationships are what allow clients to feel safe enough to talk honestly and begin to change. Now, you may have heard of the idea that counsellors should be a blank slate. The aim of this idea is professionalism, but in real life it can sometimes feel cold or distant to clients. When a counsellor shares nothing at all, clients may feel listened to but not truly connected. And that lack of connection can slow the work down. Modern counselling recognises that people heal best in relationships that feel warm, human, and responsive. So self-disclosure, when used carefully, helps you to stay professional while also being someone that clients can genuinely relate to. Now, there are two main types of self-disclosure. The first is immediate disclosure, and this means sharing what you're noticing or feeling right there in the session. For example, if you were to say, "When you mentioned your new hobby, your whole face lit up, and I found myself smiling right along with you." Well, this is effective because it shows the client how they affect people. It makes the session not so clinical, and it strengthens the immediate bond. The second type of self-disclosure is historical disclosure, and this means sharing something from your own past or personal life. For example, a close friend of mine was in a similar situation, and I remember how difficult she found it too. What you're feeling really is part of being human. Historical disclosure like this creates solidarity, as it shows the client that they are not alone in their experience. To use this method effectively and avoid blurring the boundaries into friendship, there is a simple technique that you can use which will keep your sessions on track and client focused. Many trainees worry about one thing in particular. What if I share too much? And that's a sensible concern. But the answer isn't to stop sharing, it's to share with structure. This is where the boomerang technique comes in. So first of all, you briefly share something, and then you immediately bring the focus back to the client by asking a question about their experience. Like a boomerang, what you throw out comes straight back. This helps you to stay warm and human while keeping the session centered on the client. We're going to look at a few examples now of how this works in practice. If you said to the client, "I had terrible anxiety too. I started doing yoga every morning and it completely cured me. You should try it." Now you've shifted into instruction. But if you were to replace that with, "I struggled with anxiety when I was younger too, so I know how intense that nervous energy can feel. I'm curious, have you found anything that helps you release some of that tension physically?" Now you've normalised the struggle, you've avoided imposing your fix, and you've empowered the client. Another helpful tool is the spotlight test, and this works by simply asking yourself, who is the spotlight on right now? Because in counselling, the spotlight should always remain on the client. If the client starts comforting you, worrying about your reactions, or asking about your life, it's a sign that the spotlight has shifted. This test helps you to quickly check whether self-disclosure is still helping the client, which then protects the quality of your work together. So, to bring everything together, here are the key points to remember. First of all, use self-disclosure intentionally, not automatically. Always know why you're sharing. Second, use the boomerang technique so that whenever you share, the focus quickly returns to the client. Use the spotlight test too to check that the client remains at the centre of every session. And finally, always balance warmth with clear boundaries so that the client feels both supported and safe. When self-disclosure is used this way, it strengthens trust, deepens connection, and supports the therapeutic relationship. And it is the strength of that relationship that allows you, as a counsellor, to truly help others to change.
If you want to access the full video and many more videos on Level 3 topics, then you can now be granted access to our Level 3 video library completely free of charge. All you need to do is find the link in the comments that will take you to this page where you can find all the details and the next steps of getting your free access.